everyone, this is J.W. Smith's Family Life. My significant other is always telling me to do a video on how to make gumbo. So today, I'm going to show you a simple, easy way to do gumbo. First, we're going to start off, I have everything cut up for you. I have the sausage links cut up, I have the bell pepper, I have the onion, and I have the celery. What we're going to do now, we're going to fry the sausage. You can either fry your sausages, sometimes I do, depending on who I'm making the gumbo for. If I'm making it just for me and my family, I normally just put it in the pot. But if I'm making it for family members and friends, I usually try to fry it. So today I'm going to fry it. We're going to begin with washing our hands. I'm going to fry the sausage. Like I said, I have everything cut up for you. You can, or you don't have to use bell peppers. But when you do use bell peppers, make sure you use the bell peppers with just the green hump. I mean, not the green hump, with the 3 humps. That's the male. The male is what you cook with. The female has 4 or more humps. That's mainly to eat raw or to eat with dips and salads. So we're going to fry this up. Take a few minutes to fry it. You don't have to get it all the way brown. But what happens when you fry the sausage, and try to get good sausages because that adds a lot of flavor. And when you fry the sausages, what it does is it releases the greases in the sausage and it gives the gumbo more flavor. So we're going to get that started. I already have my water boiling, and what I usually do, like I said, it's up to you how you want to do things. What I normally do, I get the water boiling, and usually, like during Christmas, since I make such a big pot of gumbo, I usually make the roux. But I'm going to give you another short tip, and it's easy, and it tastes just as good. We're going to mix a little bit, and it doesn't matter what brand of chicken broth you use. You can use any type of chicken broth. I add chicken broth to the water. It gives it more flavor. I'm having a little bit of difficulties opening up this one, but here we go. Okay, our sausage links are cooking right now. And right now, I poured the chicken broth in to the water. Now, this is the trick. You don't want to sit and take 45 minutes to an hour to make roux. Try this. Trust me, it is very good, and they don't know the difference. But make sure when you put this in, make sure your water and your broth is very hot and is boiling. Throw this away. I should have had my little trash bag next to me because I do not like trash when I'm cooking. And when you're looking for sausage for the gumbo, make sure you look for good sausages that has a lot of flavor in it. Because that's what matters in the gumbo, is the flavoring. Like I said, we're just going to brown it for a little while. And then, we're going to get over here and we're going to stir it. Still more seasonings to add, but this is the base and how you're going to start it off. Like I said, I have different variations, and this one is more simple, and it's just simple and easier to do. And then over here, what I do with my gumbo, usually I buy chicken breasts. Not chicken breasts, I buy chicken thighs. Chicken thighs have the most flavor in it. And I buy boneless chicken thighs, or I buy the bone in. You can either fry the chicken, or you can just put the chicken in. It's going to cook. Trust me. I spend money on good quality seafood. I buy the real giant prawns. I add scallops, I add shrimp, and I add lobster to my seafood also. And today, I'm going to use queen crabs. During Christmas, I usually use king crab for my gumbo. Now we're getting this brown, the sausage is brown. Like I said, you don't want the sausages too dark. Just lightly brown so it can release some of the flavoring in them. And it's going to make the gumbo taste really good. And while we're waiting for this, I'm going to add my bay leaves. A lot of people I notice use a few bay leaves. I don't. I use a lot of bay leaves. I like the flavor in the bay leaves when I'm cooking with them. And then also what I do, this is my secret, I add dry shrimps. And the dry shrimps, when you're not making your actual roux, the dry shrimps help flavor the za'atarn. And I just use them, it's no limit. You can put as much as you want in them. And also, just a little bit. Only add just a little bit. If you want that seafood flavor in your gumbo, add a little bit of fish sauce. And when I say a little bit, I don't usually measure, but I only just put maybe about 10, 12 drops of fish sauce in my gumbo. Okay. Come a little closer so they can see. See, they don't have to be too dark. Just cook just a little bit. Then what I do, I'll turn this up a notch. Make sure the water is piping hot. We're going to get it to boil just a little bit more. We're going to put the lid over it. Let this brown just a little bit more so I can release all the spices. And my favorite sausage to use in my gumbo, I'm in California, and I'm really big on showboats. They have good flavor. They're just a little bit spicy, but when you put in a gumbo with the seafood, it balances everything off. Okay. I'm going to pour everything in here. Everything. And then what I'm going to do, going to let this start boiling. And then, like I said, you can cook your chicken or you don't have to. What I do sometimes if I'm in the store and they have skinless chicken, I buy the skinless chicken. But if they don't, just take the skin off. This chicken, I've already took the skin off. I've prepped it. I washed it, everything. So I'm just going to put it in the same skillet and just brown it a little bit. That's all I'm going to do. Just let it get a little bit brown. I don't want it fully cooked because I want it to cook with the rest of my food. So I'll wash my hands again. Check this meat. See, I just want it just a little bit brown. See, I like my gumbos to cook for quite some time. And I notice a lot of people with their gumbo, they put their crab in last. I don't. I put my crab in before I put my chicken and everything else in because I want my crabs, I want them to marinate and get all the juices throughout the meat of the crab. So I do add my crab in before I add chicken and everything else. Now over here I have the crab. Get the plate. These crabs have already been cleaned and washed. So I'm going to add the crab. So what I usually do is I just usually break the legs off. Because it's kind of hard to get the whole piece of crab in your bowl when you're eating. Now this over here. This is just my way. Still have a little bit of stuff on it. Yeah. Make sure you check your crabs also. This one still got a couple more spots too. Yeah. I just separate the body from the legs. That's all I do. Let me check on our chicken. If you notice, I didn't season the chicken or anything because trust me, when you put it inside, when you mix it with the Zatarain, the chicken is going to have all the flavor it needs. You don't need to add more seasoning to the chicken. Okay. Pop it here. I usually have to break it down like this because my grandkids love gumbo. And it's easier for them to eat the gumbo like this. And when you're looking for crab, it gets real expensive. What I do before the holidays, I usually find it on sale. Sometimes I go to Whole Foods, but here in California we have a local fish market that always have nice, good crabs there. But when I catch it on sale, I just stock up on everything. when you make gumbo, I think the main important thing is invest in the meats. Try not to shortcut the meats that you're using. Some people go to Costco. Some people go to Sam's Club. Preferably, I like the fish market, the local fish market that we have here. And I also like Whole Foods, but everybody knows Whole Foods can be a tad bit expensive. And if you want to have some good gumbo and kind of do it on a budget, catch it on sale. Catch it on sale. Get it, and you can put it in freezer bags, and you can freeze it. It's a little tough. Wow, that one just fell in my water. That's the end of that little crab, huh? Okay. Okay. Now you see my meat is not fully cooked and it's not all the way raw. Don't worry about it. Once the gumbo is complete, this chicken will be 100% done. I don't cook it all the way because once you put in this gumbo and it start cooking, like I said, I like all my meats to soak in the seasoning. And if you cook it all the way, by the time you finish your gumbo, your chicken is going to fall apart. And sometimes I like, you know, nice sized pieces in my gumbo. I don't want it in shreds. So these are the last few pieces. Make some more water. Throw this little crab leg away. Now run my water when this crab leg fell in it. Let's check on this now. Yep, this is how you want it. Now, this is what we're going to do. Now I got everything separated. I'm going to put my crabs in first. And then the chicken that I have already cooked, I'm going to put that in. Like I said, this is just a quick, simple way. And it doesn't break your pocketbooks. And so far, I've been cooking for my family for a while. I haven't had any complaints. This is just one version of how I do it. The next time when I do a video on gumbo, I will give you the other version of how I make the roux and everything. Now next, these are the bell peppers, the celery, red bell peppers. We're just going to put this in. Make sure you get it all in the pot. I'm going to start stirring it. I'm going to cook this a little bit more. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start adding the seasoning. And usually, I've been doing this for so long, I never measure it. I just do it by eye. Bring it closer. And this is obey. Don't be shy with the obey. Trust me. And the next one of my seasoning is a Creole seasoning. And once again, don't be shy with the seasonings. Some people may say, oh, that's a lot. Trust me, it's not. Now let me add this chicken to it. Now we're going to stir the pot, and we're going to let it rip. Like I said, I let my gumbo cook quite some time, and once it gets through, your family is going to be amazed. They're going to think you slaved over this pot for hours and hours, making the roux from scratch and everything. Now, I'll come back in like an hour and I'll check on the gumbo, see how it's going. Make sure everything is done. And then, what I'll do at the very end of the gumbo, I add jumbo prongs. I don't use small prongs, I use the big jumbo prongs. So what I'm going to do now is peel them, devein these. I'll add these at the end when the gumbo is actually done. I'll check the seasoning when everything is cooked. Make sure it's enough seasoning in there. Then I add my lobster tails in there. I leave my lobsters just like this. Then what I do is I add scallops to my gumbo. It's a different twist, but trust me, they're delicious in gumbo. Stay tuned. Be right back.